Good morning, dear students, dear faculty members. Today we are going to organize our IIC calendar activities. The name of the activity is Session Workshop on Business Model Canvas. And today we have our esteemed speaker as Dr. Susmita Bose Sarkar. She is founder and director of Zensus Solution Private Limited, management researcher, and she is management researcher. And so, madam, thank you for accepting our request. Kindly, you can start now.
Thank you, Mr. Paul, for giving me this opportunity. Respected faculties, students, good morning, everyone. Today's topic of discussion is business model canvas, as you all know. So let's get into the topic. So objectives of today's discussion is primarily it is to understand what is business model canvas, which is in short also known as BMC. And in order to understand that, an effort has been made to understand what is BMC, how to get started, and how to install BMC, components of BMC, process and implementation of BMC, benefits and limitations of BMC, and why should you use BMC and when to use, etc. So, if you have a business idea, but just know, hello, am I audible? Hello?
Naran sir, kindly mute your mic. Naran Chandra Mondal, kindly mute your mic.
Am I audible? Shona jacche?
Madam, you are audible. No issue.
Okay, thank you. So, now if you have a business idea but don't know how to put it in work, or if you want to improve your existing business model, you already have a business and you want to improve that business model, but you are swamped by writing your business plan. So many things you have to write, you don't know from where to start, where to finish, what to write, what not to write. So there is a one-page technique that can provide you the solution you are looking for. And that's the business model canvas, also known as BMC. The BMC model was originally developed by Alex Osterwalder and Weiss Pignier and was introduced in their book Business Model Generation in 2010 as a visual framework for planning, developing, and testing the business models of an organization. It's a strategic management tool which let you visualize and assess. If you have a business idea or a concept, it helps you to visualize and assess that concept in a one page. So it's a one-page document and it contains 9 boxes that represent different fundamental elements of business. It beats the traditional, it's far better than traditional business plan because when you are overwhelmed with many ideas but you don't know how to put that in a pen and paper, then it is a one-page document where you can jot down your basic planning. So it is a model is simply a plan describing how a business intends to make money, because business is to make money. So here you can write down the plan, basic plan. It explains who your customer base is and how you deliver value to them, your service, your product, whatever it is, and the related details of financing. And it has emerged as a guidance for entrepreneurs, startups, and established corporations seeking to navigate the complexities of today's market. So basically, the purpose of BMC is to provide a visual one-page framework for describing, designing, and analyzing a business model. It helps the business person or the organization to understand their core elements and the interdependencies among the core elements and value delivery system, ultimately aiding in the development, improvement, and communication of their business strategy. It helps the entrepreneurs, innovators, and executives to design and innovate business models by helping in visualizing business models and identifying the business opportunities. When you write down all the elements and what the contribution of the elements in one page, then it becomes easier to find out the opportunities also, like doing the SWOT analysis. So this business model canvas has 9 elements, 9 building blocks organized in a particular manner. It has a fixed standard layout. So it describes a business through 9 basic building blocks that show the logic of how a business intends to make money. And these 9 blocks cover the 4 main areas of a business, that is customers, the value addition that the business will provide the customer, that is the service or product or whatever that the customers will buy from the business, the infrastructure of the business, and the financial viability, financial planning and structure, everything. So these are the 9 building blocks: customer segments, value proposition, channels, customer relationships, revenue streams, key resources, key activities, key partnerships, and cost structure. So this is the basic structure of the BMC and the 9 building blocks. The right side of the canvas, business model canvas, focuses on the customer or the market. That is the external factor and that are not under the control of the business. The left side of the canvas focuses on the business internal factors that are mostly under the control of the business. That is the key resources, key activities, key partners. These are under the control of the business. And in the middle, there is value proposition that represent the exchange of value between your business and your customers. So let's start with the first segment, that is customer segment. Customer segments identifies specific groups of customers that your business serves. The purpose of customer segment is to identify who would be your key customers, where you will sell your product or service, whatever, and group them by their pain points. Pain points means their dissatisfaction or grievances, if they have any. Demographics, buyer behavior. Buyer always shows a particular pattern. They shows intentions for a particular product. So that is buyer behavior or other relevant characteristics. Buyer personas would be super helpful for this part. The personality of the buyer, that is called buyer personas. The importance of these segments is to understand target audience or to tailor value proposition. Audience means target customers. Identify target audience. Audience means customers. Understand customer needs and behaviors and develop customer personas. For an example, how will you segregate the customers, or how will you understand the pattern of the customers, the behavioral pattern of the customers? By these things like demographics, age, location, from urban areas or rural areas, what is the age group, what is the income group, belongs to which income group. So these are the demographics. The needs, what the needs of the customer, what their problems, their desires, their objective to buy that product, particular product, their behavior, habit, preference, their lifestyle, and their preferences, likes, dislikes, expectations. So in this segment, the questions are to be asked in the BMC. That is, who are our target? Means when you will sit with the BMC, that paper, these are the questions that you will have to ask yourself. That who are our, or in a meeting with a group of people, you have to ask yourselves or discuss among yourselves that who are our target customers. What are their needs, desires, and behaviors? How do we reach and serve them? If you can answer, you have to find out the answer of these questions. That is the objective of this segment. Next is value proposition. This is the most important block of total business model canvas. Value proposition describes unique value offered to customers. While customers will come to you because you are offering something unique, and that is giving you edge over your competitors. In today's cutthroat competitive world, every company is means there are so many competitors for a particular product. You can take anything, but there are so many competitors. But why the customer will come to you? Because you are offering something unique to them, then only they will come to you. So value proposition describes that unique value you're offering to the customers. So here are the purpose. What makes you better than others? This is the most important question to answer for any business idea. You need to spend on this, time on this. You need to first you need to understand yourself that why customer will come to me. What makes my product better than others' product? This is where you will have to challenge yourself to compete in the market and to be profitable. You have to compete, you'll have to sustain in the market, and then you'll have to make profit also, because you have to sustain for the long run. You have to make profits also. Your leads or customers need to choose your business over the others. Otherwise, you'll not be able to sustain. But why they will choose your business? You already know it can't be price. If you decrease the price, like if you are selling something, a mobile, say smartphone, or suppose you have the smartphone is a little bigger than for a newcomer, say spices or soap. Take something little bit, I mean, little object. So there are already so many competitors in the market. So you already know that it can be the price of the product that by reducing the price, you will draw the customer, because there are already biggies in the market who will reduce the price. They will make losses, they will sustain the losses, they will bear the losses to eliminate you from the market, to eliminate competition, because they have that capability, they have that financial backing, that they can sustain losses for maybe a long period of time just to eliminate the competition from the market. So reducing the price cannot be your solution. So for this part, the first thing you need to do is to identify key decision-making features in your industry. What are the key decision-making, like in which industry you are? You'll have to find out the key decision-making features in your industry and how you can make your product unique, better than others. And because of that, the customer will be forced to choose your product, not the others, even if there are biggies or giants in the market existing already. Okay. And this building block, that is the heart of BMC, the most important part of BMC. It represents your unique solution for product or service for a problem faced by customer segment, or that creates value for the customer segment. A value proposition should be unique, what that I have just explained. Value proposition should be unique or should be different from that of your competitors. If you are offering a new product, it should be innovative. It is not that already the things existing in the market, you are launching the same product. Then why the customer will come to you? Customer will go to the people who are already tried and tested. So you'll have to be innovative. You'll have to offer something new. If you are offering a product that already exists in the market, it should stand out with new features and attributes. So if you are not, planning to launch a product which is already there in the market, then you have to add a new features or some extra attributes to it. Value proposition can be either quantitative, that is price and speed of service, or qualitative, that is customer experience or design. For example, if you are cab, suppose Uber, your app interface should be user friendlier than other cab services. Then only people will book cab from you. And your drivers should be more professional and better trained than other cab services. If you are selling coffee, you need to consider the quality of your beans, the speed of your service, freshness, price, etc. So these are the criteria depend on your business and industry, but the idea is the same. So what will be the criteria for you, unique ideas or the criteria that will depend on the industry from where you are coming. But the basic idea is the same, that you need to be better than your competitors on a couple of these criteria. You have to link value proposition to your customer segments. Each segment has different needs and pain points. Pain points means dissatisfaction, and needs means desires or requirements. If you have three segments, then you should have three different value propositions. Like if you are offering three products for the market, then you have to have three different value proposition. You cannot use single value proposition. If you are planning to launch three products, you cannot have one value proposition for three products. You will have to have three different value propositions for different product, like each one value proposition for one product. So I have already explained the importance of this segment. It is differentiate from competitors and meet customer needs. Like the question is, what set us apart from the competitors? This is the question that you need to ask yourself, that why the customers will come to us? What sets us apart from the competitors? Why the customers will not go to the competitors? How to do this? Like you'll have to, like when you are asking yourself these questions, then you'll have to identify unique value proposition. You'll have to develop a compelling value statement, and you'll have to differentiate from competitors. Then you have to offer something different, something new, something unique that your competitors are not doing. That homework you will have to do. That what you have to jot down what the competitors are doing in the same field, and what else I can do, what new I can do. For an example, products, goods or services. If the services, consulting or support, you're like most of the time you can see that post-sale support we don't get much from various companies. We experience this, and there one company gives supports and another company does not give that much support. There makes a huge difference for the customers. Solutions, problem solved, same like the post-sale support. And experiences like emotional connections. You'll have to build an emotional connections with the customers. Like customers should have some feelings for your product. They should not feel disconnected, like I'm giving money, buying product, then forgetting it. It's not like that. They should feel some emotional connections with your product. Then only second time that customer will come back to you. And while preparing this segment, the questions that you need to ask yourself: what unique value do we offer to customers? How to solve their problems or to meet their needs? Like it is customer oriented. They are giving you business. So your question should be always customer oriented, that how to solve their problems after buying my product. If they face some problem, how to solve their problems, or how to meet, like when they are buying my product, they have some needs, they have some requirements, or they have some objectives in their mind, how to meet their needs. What sets a company apart from the competitors or make them better from the competitors? So this is a value proposition model. It's a customer profile in the right hand side and the value proposition in the left hand side. This value proposition canvas is formed around two building blocks. Customer. Okay, so This value proposition canvas is a framework which can help ensure that a product or service is positioned around what the customer values and needs. This value proposition canvas was initially developed by Dr. Alexander Osterwalder as a framework to ensure that there is a fit between the product and the market. You are making a product, there should be a relation of your product with the market. Otherwise, why are you making the product? Because you want to sell the product in the market. So there should be a fit between the product and the market. It is a detailed tool for modeling the relationship between two parts of the Osterwald's broader business model canvas. Like later he made broader business model canvas, but this is the part of that business model canvas, customer segments and value propositions. The value proposition canvas can be used when there is need to refine an existing product or service offering, or where a new offering is being developed from the scratch. So here we have seen there are two segments, customer profile and value proposition. So customer profile gains is the benefits which the customer expects and needs, what would delight customers, makes the customers happy, and the things which may increase likelihood of adopting a value proposition. The pains are the negative experience, emotions and risks that the customer experience in the process of getting the job done. If the customer had to struggle to get the job done, that gives him pains. Customer job is functional, social and emotional tasks customer trying to perform, problems they are trying to solve, and needs they wish to satisfy. So customers has a need of, that is why he is going to the shop or your company to buy the particular product to satisfy his needs. So a customer profile should be created for each customer segment, as each segment has distinct jobs to be done, pains and gains. So this segment is to be made separately for separate customers. It is not, it cannot be made universal, like it's a one customer profile for all customers. It cannot be. It should be separate for each customer, because each customer is having different experience. Like pains of one customer is not that much pain for some other customers, or no pain at all. One particular customer is feeling that he has gained, the other customer might not feel the same. So it is different for different customers. So it should be different for different customers. In the value map, the gain creators are how the product and service creates customer gains and how it offers added value to the customer. The pain relievers, here we have seen this customer profile and value proposition. Now value proposition is in our hand, means in the owner of the business, it is in his hand. So what he can do is, he can create gain for the customers, he can reduce pain for the customers. A description of exactly how the product or service lighten customer pains, and the product and services which create gain and relieve pain, and which underpin the creation of value for the customers. It will add the value to the customers. It is not that only gain, it will add some value also. Then only the gain will increase. Okay, so achieving fit between this value proposition canvas and customer profile, how to do that? After listing the gain creators and pain relievers and products and services, each point identified can be ranked from nice to have to essential in terms of value to the customers. So you have to list down the products of your that you are offering, like the luxury products or the nice to have products, and there are some products which are essential products, like spices or toiletries. These are essential products in terms of values to the customers. A fit is achieved when the products and services, and this also, that a customer might think that this product from this company I need to have, I will buy. This is essential. And nice to have, okay, I can have it, or I can have it from some other company also. So this is nice to have to essential, listing down of the customer inclination or pattern of behavior. A feat is achieved when the products and services offered as a part of the value proposition address the most significant pains and gains from the customer profile. Identifying the value proposition on paper is only the first stage. It is then necessary to validate what is important to customers and get their feedback on the value proposition. Further market research and insights can then be used to go back and continually refine the proposition. It is not that you have listed down the things at one time. You are done. Now you have understood, and that is final. It is not like that. You will have to revise it every time, and you'll have to make the changes if required, because customers' behavior is also not permanent. It tends to change, keep on changing. An additional step is to investigate the extent to which a company has a competitive advantage in those areas to ensure that the value proposition is unique and sufficiently differentiated. A matrix can be used to plot each aspect of the value proposition with respect to its value to the customer and the competitive advantage the company has in offering that product or services. So this can be seen that strong value proposition sets you apart and gives customers a compelling reason to choose you. So the next segment is channels. Channel defines communication, sales, and distribution channels. Now you have made your product, you have understood customer behavior, you have made your product. Now how will you distribute that to the customer? So channel defines communication, sales, and distribution channels. So this is the purpose. How will you communicate your value proposition? What are the marketing tools? You have to do the sales and marketing of your product. Otherwise, how the customer will know that you have made a product, you are launching a product in the market? What are your marketing tools? Some answers might be social media. So if it is social media, which social media? If it is paid advertising, distribution channel, or it can be print advertising also. So the examples of social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It is advertising when it is online, it can be online or offline. Sales teams can go in person or can phone or email. Or it is e-commerce, it will be online shopping. You'll have to make the advertisement of that. And here, while preparing this segment, the questions that you need to ask yourself or the questions that you need to solve are: how do we communicate with our target customers? What channels do we use to sell and distribute our products and services? How effective are channels in reaching and serving the customers? Whether the channels that I'm planning are really effective or not, that also you have to understand, that also you have to identify. Like if you are thinking that these are the channels that through which I will distribute my product, but actually in real life that those channels are not that effective. It is not reaching to that amount of customers that you have already, that you are planning to reach. So then it is not that effective. So you'll have to work on that also. Next is customer relationship. This is very important, like value proposition. So the customer relationship establishes relationships with the customers. Okay, this depends on your business type. If you are a B2B, then you would have salespeople dedicated to your customers. Think about your sales process starting from the initial step. If you're selling online, your lead would start searching online. Then they would go to your website to find more information. Lead means customers. Would there be a chat option? Do you want them to call or submit a contact form? How you are going to do this? These are the questions that you have to solve. After the first contact, who will follow up with them? Like in the first contact, when you are calling a customer, they will say, okay, I'll get back to you. Cannot decide now. So next you will have to make a follow-up call. Who will do that follow-up call? Do this until you sell your product or service and consider your after purchase experience with the customers. After selling the product, it's not that you have sold, if the product is sold, now it's better to forget the customer. No. After selling the product, you reach the customer, you call them, you ask them how you are experiencing. Is it okay? Is it matching up to your expectations? These things you will have to do. Then the customers will also think, will have a good feelings about you. So next time he will refer to other people also. Or next time if you are offering some other products, he will come back to you. How will they contact you? If they have any issue, if they have any problem, how will they contact you with any issues with the service and product? So you have to develop a customer relationship strategy. You have to establish customer support channels, and you have to foster customer loyalty. So the importance of this segment is to build loyalty, trust, and retention, customer retention. You have to hold the customer. It is not that you have sold the product and now, okay, so it's better to forget that customer. No, you have to retain that customer with you so that the customer stay with you. So what are the examples of customer relationships? How you can do it? So personalized support, phone, email, chat, automated services, self-service, or frequently asked questions. So that you can answer those questions. If the customer asks various kind of questions about the product, you have to answer those questions. And your salesperson should know the answers of the questions. It is not that they will randomly say anything which is not actually true. This should not be. And the communities like online forums, social media groups, etc. So the questions here you need to ask yourself is to how to establish relationships with the customers, how will you interact with the customers, what types of relationships means how do we support and serve them, how can we build loyalty and trust with our customers. The next segment is revenue streams. This segment identifies the revenue sources, gives answers to the questions, how will you make money or how the business will make money. Because the purpose of the business is to make money. That is why they are launching product. That is why the business is doing so much, taking so much pain. So the ultimate objective is to make money. So revenue streams gives answers to this question, how will you make money? This is where revenue streams are explained: wholesale, e-commerce, website, then add-on service, whatever. This is where primary, secondary, and additional revenue sources will be explained. You can link your revenue streams to your value proposition and customer segment. You may want to offer customized product solution to certain customer segment. The importance of this section is to generate revenue and sustain in the business. Like for an example, sales, products and service, subscription, like recurring revenues, advertising online or offline, data analytics like selling data insights. And the questions you need to ask is, what are revenue streams? How do we generate revenues? What are our pricing strategies? Pricing strategies are very important when you are launching a new product. So what are our pricing strategies? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself and need to get the answers of. Next is key resources. It defines who or what are your key resources. Human, physical, financial, these are the essential resources. You have to develop a resource allocation plan, and you have to make a resource utilization goals. You have to plan the resource utilization goals. First, you have to identify the key resources. Then you have to make the resource allocation plan. Then you have to plan how to utilize those resources in the optimal level. This part is very necessary resource for business operation. And this is where your key personnel and capital, that is equipments, machine, labs, come into play. Your patents, your know-how, your experience are your key resources. It is not only the machines and labs are your key resources. Your experience also, your knowledge, your education, that they are also key resources when you are launching a product. Anything that you own that would help your business become successful, anything, whether it is machine, whether it is your knowledge, whether it is your particular skill, everything is that which are helping the business to become successful is your key resource. Like for an example, you can see human resource, that is employees, their skills, physical resource, equipments, facilities, financial resource, funding, investments, then technology. And here the questions that you need to ask yourselves are: what resources do we need to operate our business? How do we allocate how it will allocate and utilize our resources? And what are our resources constraints? You'll have to think of the constraints also. Like in the financial resources, how much investment you have, how much money you have while you are, suppose you are planning to launch a product, how much financial support you have, because they are most of the business fund faces constraints in finance. So you have to think about, you have to ask yourself what our, it's not only that allocation of or utilization of resources, it is all the, you have to think about the constraints also, and you have to find the answer of those constraints also, or you have to find out the solution of those constraints. Next is key activities. Key activities describe crucial activities for business operation. Whatever activities are happening in the business to launch the product, to take the product to the customer, these are all key activities. So purpose of these segments are: what are the activities that would enable you to deliver your value proposition? Let's take the example of a coffee shop. You identify a few criteria like freshness, speed, and quality that you think you can do a better job than your competitors. So that's again where you challenge yourself. Like if you have taken 3 points: freshness, speed, and quality. For speed, suppose my competitors have 3 employees. I will have 1 more employee than my competitors and deliver faster service. But then if you appoint 1 more employee for faster service, like we can see nowadays Swiggy or Blinkit, they are like, you have place an order and within 8 to 10 minutes they are delivering the products. So if you are, and there are so many competitions, so if you to beat the competition, if you plan to employ 1 more employee, then you have to raise the price of the product also. So there you have, and if you raise the price of the product, who will bear that pain, the rising price of the product? Either you will have to bear that pain or your customer. So who will bear that pain? Like for freshness, if you want to deliver fresh coffee, you could work with the local roasters or roast in-house to ensure freshness, or grind coffee. This is an example that we are talking about, the coffee shop example. You have to grind coffee beans only when you are ready to serve. So these are the key activities. You'll have to plan everything. And the examples are production, manufacturing, development, marketing, advertising, promotion. Like if you're doing the promotion of your product or advertising your product, everyone is giving the advertisement of their product. If everyone is promoting their product, so why customers will come to you? You'll have to make your advertisement that catchy so that it draws the attention of the customer. The logistics, you have to think about the logistics, the supply chain, the distribution. So here the questions that you need to ask yourselves are: what activities are crucial to our business operation? How do we execute our business plan? And what are our key performance indicators? The USP, what we generally say. Next is key partners. Key partners identifies strategic partners. Like no one can run business of his own. You alone cannot run your business. You need advisor, you need mentors, you need supporting organization, chamber of commerce, lawyer, accountant, human capital, employees, so many things, so many people. So these all are your key partners that work with you for your success. They enhance business capabilities and reduce risks. Like the example, for an example, suppliers who supplies you raw materials or service, the distributors, the channel partners, collaborators who are doing business joint. If you are in a joint venture, who are the other person jointly doing the business with you, they are all key partners. So here the questions that you need to ask yourselves are: who are our strategic partners? How do we collaborate with our partners? And what are the benefits and risks of our partnership? Next is cost structure. Cost structure outlines the main cost elements. The purpose of this segment is to address the major revenue eating activities, like where the costs are going, where you are spending the money. That this segment address that areas. It is very important because you need to understand the cost drivers and optimize business efficiency. Like fixed cost, salaries, rent, if you are doing business in a rented property, variable costs like raw materials, marketing, advertisement, etc. Operational cost, logistic, utilities, the utilities that you need to run the business. And here the questions that you need to ask yourselves are: what are my major costs? What are the major costs of the business? What are our main cost elements? How do we allocate and manage our costs? What are our cost reduction opportunities? You have to reduce your cost. Now, unnecessarily, you cannot burden your customer with high price. Then they will not come to you. They will go to the competitor who are offering lesser price. So you'll have to think about the cost reduction of opportunities also. R&D, research and development, capital expenditure, and cost of goods sold. That also you have to think about. Are you utilizing economies of scale? Economies of scale means sometimes what happens, companies increase the production and thus they decrease the per unit cost of the product. When if you are manufacturing something in bulk, then automatically you are manufacturing in units, little small units. Then the cost of there is a particular cost per unit cost of for the production. But if you are producing the same thing in bulk, then automatically the per unit cost of production gets reduced. So are you utilizing that economies of scale? Is your business capital or labor intensive? Your business is more dependent on capitals or it is more dependent on the human resource? What about your fixed cost and variable cost? So this part should be a snapshot of your cost structure. This cost structure, you should take a snapshot of this and it should always be in front of your eyes, because this portion is very important. It's one of the most important part of your business. So basically business model canvas looks like this. When someone is making business model canvas, it is not like colorful. I have made those colors so that you can understand. These are basically this kind of look. You can add colors. You can change little bit. You can modify. I'm coming that to the next segment. So you can do little bit modifications. So, but basically the structure is this, designed for the upper section. You can see top the section, that is a startup name, designed by, date, the version, and here the questions like key partners, who are key partners, who are our key suppliers, which key resources. Can you see these questions? It's very small fonts. Like I'm not sure whether you can see this. Which key resources are we acquiring from partners? Which key activities do partners perform? In the key activities, what key activities do our value propositions require? Our distribution channels, customer relationships, revenue streams, Um, in the customer segment, for whom are we creating value? Who are our most important customers? Is our customer base a mass market, niche market, segmented or diversified, multi-sided platform? For channels, through which channel do our customer segment want to be reached? How are we reaching them now? How are our channels integrated, etc., etc.? So this is the basically the structure of actual structure of BMC. So this is the BMC of Swiggy. Real life, it's there. BMC. It's like in the customer segments, what they have noted down: people who do not wish to go out to restaurants. Swiggy means home delivery. I'm talking about people who want to order food online and want to get it delivered. People who want to buy and get other products delivered, like now Swiggy delivers the groceries and other products also. It is not only food delivery from restaurants, now they are delivering all kind of stuff. So people who want to buy and get other products delivered from nearby shops and stores. Now people don't want to go to even the market. They want to place order online and want to get, because everyone is so busy, or suddenly something comes in our mind that I want this now. So they order it in the Swiggy. So it's for those kind of people. Then in the customer relationship segment, they have written 24/7 active customer support chat, social media pages. For channels, mobile app, websites, digital market. For value proposition, food delivery with no restriction order policy, efficient online payment system, no minimum order requirement, different payment methods. Key activities: partnerships with eateries, restaurants and retail shops, hiring delivery providers and suppliers, managing delivery and payment process. Key resources: local restaurants and shops, delivery providers and technology. Key partners: restaurants and shops, groceries, delivery providers. Their revenue streams are delivery charges, commissions, advertising, affiliate income, Swiggy access, and their cost structures are payroll expenses for its employees and delivery partners, costs of application and website development, running cost and maintenance charges, administrative, advertising, and marketing costs. So after exploring all the components of business model canvas, after understanding their contribution, their importance, three key questions might arise in your mind. That, can we customize the BMC by adding new elements? What are the implications of introducing new components to the existing framework, and what benefits or drawback might this bring? This is the first question might come in your mind, that can I add a new element, one or two elements? The second question might come, what will happen if we eliminate a component? How would removing a building block impact the overall business model? How would this affect the validity and effectiveness of the business model? And the third question might come in your mind, that can we modify the layout? We have seen the standard layout. Can we change it a little bit? How flexible is the BMC layout? What happens if we reorganize or restructure the canvas? So here are the answers to those questions. First, let's take this question: adding elements to BMC. What will happen? You can add element to the BMC if it helps to better describe your business model. Just don't add just for the sake of adding. You can add element, but only if it helps to better describe your business model. So when you are adding element, ensure that they align with your business goal. It ensure that added elements are relevant, align with your business objectives. It is easy to understand and communicate. If you are added an element which other people are not understanding, then your purpose is lost. So you'll have to add an element which is easy to understand and easy to communicate. Avoid unnecessary complexity. Ensure that added elements are brief and to the point. You don't have to add ornamentation to your BMC. BMC is a very basic things. So you don't have to ornament it your BMC. You avoid unnecessary complexity, avoid adding the elements unnecessarily. Add elements if it is aligned with your business objective, if it is easy to understand, and if it is brief and to the point. Use clear language. Don't avoid using any jargon, that management jargon people sometimes use, or the very technical terms, are very hi-fi technical terms that might confuse the stakeholders. Make it visual. You can use diagrams or charts or icons to illustrate the added elements, and continuously refine and update the added elements as your business model evolves. Like if you are at this moment you are thinking that okay, I need to add one or two elements, but after 6 months those elements might not be relevant. So you have to, it is not that you have added now and it is okay, there will be there forever. No, you'll have to revise it on regular basis, and you have to check whether those elements, those added element or elements are still relevant for your business and business objective. By thoughtfully adding elements to the BMC, you can create a more comprehensive and effective business model that meets your organization unique need. The potential elements that could be added to the BMC are, for example, we can say that sustainability. We have not seen this word sustainability in the BMC. So you can consider adding an element that highlights your business's environmental or social impact. What will be your business, the product that you are launching? What will be its environmental or social impact? This could include environmental sustainability, reducing waste, using renewable energy, or implementing eco-friendly practices, social sustainability, promoting fair labor practices, supporting local communities, or ensuring equal opportunities. These are the few things you can add to your BMC. You can add technology. You might add an element that focuses on the role of technology in your business model, such as data analytics or artificial intelligence. Now, these days we all know about artificial intelligence. You can add that or two. This could include digital transformation, leveraging digital channels, platforms, or tools to enhance customer experience or operational efficiency. Data analytics, using data to inform business decisions, optimize operations, or personalize customer interactions. Applying artificial intelligence to automate tasks, improve predictions, or enhance customer service. But it's essential to consider the potential consequence of adding elements, the pros and cons. The pros of adding elements is adding elements can provide a more comprehensive understanding of your business model, highlighting key aspects that might be missed in the standard canvas. Tailoring the canvas or customizing the canvas to your specific business needs can make it more effective for your organization. Introducing new element can stimulate creative thinking and innovation in your business model design. And in the cons of adding elements are adding too many elements can make, if you are adding one element or two elements that you are thinking very important, okay. But if you go on adding elements, then that can make the canvas overly complex, potentially leading to confusion and decreased usability. You are preparing this BMC for usability, increased usability, but adding too many elements can decrease its usability. Introducing new elements might distract from the core aspects of your business model. It can divert your focus, making it harder to prioritize key activities and resources. Adding custom elements might make it challenging to compare your business model to others or benchmark against industry standards. Like when you are comparing your business, like suppose you are planning to launch a product, and before launching the product, when it is still on the means pen and paper, the planning, you have not started doing it. You want to compare what you want to understand what your competitors are doing. So parallelly, you are making the BMC of your competitors also. You have gathered information from the market and you have made a BMC of your competitors also. Now, if you have added elements, your competitors are using standard layout and you have added elements in your BMC, then it might be little difficult for you to compare your business model to the others, what the others are using. But that is also is dependent on what elements you are adding. If you have added one or two elements, that is very, very important, you are thinking, then it's okay. But if you are adding so many elements, if you are thinking these also important, that is also important, and you have end up adding 5 or 10 elements, then it will be very difficult for you to compare the BMC of you and your competitors. Next, we will go to the point, the question that what happens if you eliminate any of the building blocks when designing your business model. We have seen that there's a 9 building blocks. Now you are thinking that what, I don't need 9 building blocks, I will eliminate 1 or 2 building blocks. Then what will happen? It means elimination of 1 or more of the 9 most important elements or foundation pillars of BMC. Changing or eliminating a block will give a partial view of your model. You will not get the whole picture. You will get a partial picture. The 9 building blocks are all related. It is not separated. It is all related and integrated. You might not consider all critical elements to the success of your business model. So if you are eliminating 1 or 2, then that means you are not considering all the aspects of your business, all the core aspects of your business. For an example, there is no value proposition that can be offered to the customers without performing activities and drawing on key resources. You cannot make value proposition without, if you eliminate key resource from this block, key resource block from your BMC. Or if you replace the key resource or key activities, you stop describing the infrastructure decision required to make your business model work. So now if you have eliminated, you have decided to eliminate key activities, then how will you make your BMC? You cannot get the whole picture of your BMC or your business plan. BMC, not business plan, BMC. The next question was, if I decide to change the layout, how flexible? Changing the layout or order of elements, like we have seen the elements in a particular order, that's a standard form. Now, changing the layout or order of elements in the BMC won't necessarily affect its functionality or validity, because the BMC is a flexible tool and its purpose is to help you visualizing and designing your business model. So if you change the order little bit or layout little bit, it will not affect that much. What matters most is that you have accurately identified and described each element of your business model, regardless of the order or layout. So order or layout is not that important. Important is the content. Important is the questions or the points that you have written. Make sure your BMC is easy to understand and communicate, easy to communicate to others. You can change layout, but it should be easily understandable to others, other people who are seeing your BMC, and cover all the essential elements of your business model. You should cover, even if you change the layout little bit, you should cover all the essential, the core elements of your BMC. Having said that, though BMC is flexible, though I'm saying that, okay, you can change little bit. Having said that, if you are working with others or if you are presenting your BMC in a meeting, changing the layout or order might result confusion and difficulty in comparison. A non-standard layout might cause confusion, or make it harder for others to understand your business model. And a non-standard layout might make it harder to compare with different business models used by the others, that I've mentioned earlier also. That your is non-standard and someone is using standard, it will be difficult for you to compare. So my suggestion would be, if you want to change the layout, don't change the layout thoroughly. Maintain the standard layout where the blocks and the blocks meant for the elements, maintain that. You can modify little bit by adding little like pictures or diagrams, or you can change the colors, you can add some visualizing effect, that you can do. But it's better to maintain the standard BMC layout. Now, the next is process of creating business model canvas. How to create business model canvas. This is a step-by-step process. First, you have to gather information. You have to understand your company's strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. That is a SWOT analysis. That is called SWOT analysis. Every business at the beginning should start with this SWOT analysis. What is the strength of my company, weaknesses of my company, what are the opportunities I'll get from the market, and what are the threats like the competitors, competition, etc. Then research your industry, whatever industry you are in. Like the Swiggy that we discussed about, it's a delivery, home delivery of food and the product. So that is the industry. So you'll have to research your industry. You'll have to research what your competitors are doing. You have to gather information on that. And what are the market trends. Like as I can share my own experience during COVID. We have learned about this online delivery shop. Then it was Spencer's who used to deliver product. And when the COVID was over, then also I continued with Spencer's. If I used to book product or order for products in the morning, they used to deliver products in the evening. So that much time I had to give to them. But now this Swiggy, Blinkit, they are delivering the product within 8 to 10 minutes. Like if I'm cooking something and I discover that one spice is not there or one vegetable is not there, I'm ordering for that particular product and they are delivering it within 8 to 10 minutes. So now will I place order in Swiggy or will I place order in Spencer's who will deliver now? If I order now, they will deliver in the evening. Should I go for Spencer's? No. I will order my product in Blinkit or Swiggy. No. Now again, Swiggy and Blinkit. This I'm sharing my own experience. Now Blinkit initially delivering the product free of cost. If you buy a particular amount of product, they will deliver the product free of cost. Swiggy and Blinkit were same. So customers were really confused. Should I go for Swiggy? Should I go for Blinkit? They are the diversification of the customers. But now Blinkit have made 21 rupees delivery charge, whatever you are, like if you are ordering for product 100 rupees or 1000 rupees, they will charge 21 rupees. While Swiggy has kept, if you are if you order for a particular amount of product, they will deliver the product free of cost. So now I will go for which one? Blinkit or Swiggy? Of course Swiggy, because now they are not only delivering within 8 to 10 minutes, they are delivering free of cost. So obviously, as a customer, I will order the product in Swiggy. So these are the market trends. So you have to understand these market trends. Customer, gather data on your target audience, including demographics, needs, and preferences. Identify the key stakeholders, including the customers, employees, suppliers, and the partners. Then define the customer segments. Who are your target customer? Determine their needs, their preference, their behaviors. Develop detailed profiles of your target audience. That is R&D of any business does these things. Detailed profiles of your target audience, including demographics, goals, and their pain points. Pain points means dissatisfactions, grievances. Divide your market into distinct segments based on demographics, behavior, or other relevant criteria, like they are rural or urban, they are which age group, which income group. These are the demographics that you have to segregate your customers based on this. Then you have to describe your value proposition. Determine the unique value you offer to customers. Then determine what sets your product or service apart from competitors. Then identify the benefits your product or service provides the customers and determine how your product or service solve customers' problem. Next is you'll have to outline the channels. Determine the channels you will use to communicate with customers, such as social media, email, advertising. Determine the most effective channels for your business. You are using maybe 10 channels, but which one or two are the most effective? That you'll have to identify, and you'll have to give emphasis on that. Plan how you will use each channel. Determine the channels you will use to sell your product or service, such as online. And then determine how you will deliver your product or service to customers. Then you have to define customer relationships. Determine the type of relationship you will have with customers, such as personal, automated, or face-to-face. Determine the points of contact between your business and the customers. Identify how you will interact with customers. And then determine how you will support customers and address their needs. Then how you will build customer loyalty. This is the most important thing when you are launching a product, that you will have to earn the customer's loyalty. Customer will have faith on you and your product. That is, you will have to earn. That is not, you cannot earn in one day, but you will have to keep that in mind, that my purpose is to earn customers' loyalty. Then you have to determine revenue streams. Determine how you will generate revenue, such as through sales, subscriptions, or advertising, or how to determine how will price the product or service. How will you determine the price of your product and service, and how that this is also very important, that what price will be the what will be the price of your product. If you keep it too high, customers will not come. If you keep it too low, customers, like, it is a behavioral pattern of the customer is, if you keep the price too low to draw the attention of the customers will think maybe the product is not that good, that is why the price it is so cheap. So you cannot make it cheap, you cannot make it expensive. So what will be the price of your product? That finding out that is very important. And determine how you will generate your revenue over time. Next is you have to identify key resources. Determine the assets necessary to operate your business, such as equipment, talent, or intellectual properties. You have to determine the resources needed to operate your business. You will plan how you will acquire and manage your resources. Determine the partners necessary to operate your business, and determine how you will allocate resources to support your business model. Next, define key activities. What will be the key activities to operate your business? The metrics you will use to measure the performance of the key activities, and how will you execute the key activities. And the last one is identify key partners. Determine the partners necessary to support your business model. Identify potential partners. Determine the suppliers necessary to operate your business, and determine how you will manage partnership. And the next step is determine the cost associated with operating your business. Determine the fixed and variable cost associated with your business, and determine how you will manage costs to ensure profitability. So these were the process of creating your own business model canvas. Now next segment is to how to implement that business model canvas that you have made in your business. This involves several steps that help the business into action. First, you have to validate the assumptions, iterate and refine to develop a business plan. You have to execute and monitor and continuously improve. To validate your assumptions, you have to test your assumptions about your business model. You'll have to conduct the market research. You have to validate your assumptions, what your thought, your perception about your target audience, market trends, and customer needs. Maybe what you are thinking actually is not true. It may or may not be true. That the actual, what is actually customers' behavior or customers' preference, that information you will get from market research or customers' feedback. And then it is prototype testing that you have to do, that you have to test your product or service with a small group of customers to validate your assumptions. What can you do is, you can, like, you have certain assumptions about your customers. Okay, the customers like this kind of product. If I make this kind of product, customers going to like it, but you are not sure. So what you will do, you can test your product with a small group of customers. If they validate, they okay, now your product is okay, then you can actually launch the product in bulk. But if you make the product in bulk and then if you find out that no, customers is actually not liking the product, or this aspect of the product, what I was thinking is not 100% right, then a lot of money is involved. A lot of money will get blocked in your business. And when you are launching a product and a lot of money gets blocked, then you will be in big problem. So it's better to taste the product in a small quantity, and then to actually, if it gets means tested by the customers, it gets validated, and if you get positive feedback, then you can make it big, means you can launch it in bulk. Then refine your business model based on the feedback and result. It is not that okay, whatever I have thought, that is the permanent. No, then after getting the feedback, you'll have to again refine. Again, you have to sit with your BMC and you'll have to refine it. You'll have to analyze the feedback of the customers. You'll have to refine your value proposition. You'll have to again adjust your BMC. It is a continuous process. It is not a one-time process. Then you have to develop a business plan, then comprehensive business plan that outline your business model, goals, and strategies, to define your key performance indicators to measure the success of your business model, and then you have to establish a budget for implementing and executing your business model. And then you have to monitor its performance. Now you have put your business model into action and start executing your plans. Now you implement your business and start whatever you have planned, start executing it. Monitor your performance regularly, how your product is performing in the market. You have to monitor that regularly and track your KPIs, and make adjustments to your business model as needed based on the performance data. You'll have to continuously collect data from the market. You need to have a separate group of people who will do this R&D for you. You get the data feedback from the market and will give and will provide the information to you, and you'll have to you have to refine your BMC. That is regular review. Stay informed about the market trends, customer needs, and competitor. You have to be very, you have to keep your eyes always open. What is happening in the market? You just cannot take away your eyes from market trends or customer needs or competitor. You have to keep a strict eye on your competitors' activity. You have to continuously innovate and adapt your business model to stay ahead of the competition. Then you have to use project management tools, like there are various project management tools, Trello, Asana. Then you have to use business planning software. Various business planning softwares are to make your work easier. You can use these technical stuff. You can use performance tracking tools like Google Analytics or KPIs to monitor your performance of your product. The implementation, there are few challenges you might face while you are implementing the BMC, like overcoming the resistance to change within the organization. That is very common in organization, not only for BMC, for anything. Like whenever there is a change, people get habituated with a particular thing. Day in, day out, for years after years, months after months, they are doing particular things. Whenever you will talk to them about a change, that okay, I'm going to implement this, I'm going to change this, you will face the resistance. There will be few people who will welcome your proposal, but there will be most of the people will put a resistance. You will have to convince them. If you have limited resources, like including time, money, and talent, you'll have to manage those resources, limited resources, because when you are starting, you are a startup, then you cannot have enough amount of money. You cannot hire talent because you don't have that amount of money to hire the best people in the market. You don't have that much time. Your competitors are there, so breathing on your name. So you have to manage these limited resources, and navigating market uncertainty and adapting to changing market conditions. Market is always uncertain. You cannot say that okay, I'm launching I've done all my market research, I've got all the feedback from the customers, now I'm absolutely 100% confident about my product, I launch it and it will be a instant hit. No, you cannot be that confident, because market is uncertain and market is always susceptible to change. It's always changing. Customers' behavior is always changing. So by following these steps and using the right tools, you can successfully implement your business model canvas and achieve your business goal. Okay. So after listening all these things, all the discussion, you might think, what is the difference between business model canvas and business plan? Business plan is also same thing, that I'm planning my business, and business model also that I'm planning the business. So what the difference between these two? Why I'm not using the word business plan? Business model and business plan are interrelated to each other. Business model canvas acts as a center for the big business plan. There are similarities and a few differences between business model and business plan. Both help business clarify their strategy and goals. Both consider customer needs and market dynamics. Both aim to create a competitive advantage. Both can be used for internal planning and decision making. Both can be iterated and refined over time. But the differences are, business model canvas is a visual template, while a business plan is a written document. Business model canvas focuses on key building blocks, while business plan covers more detailed aspects of the business. Business model canvas is for strategic decision and innovation, while a business plan is for execution, fundraising, or partnership. Business model canvas is concise, while a business plan is more comprehensive, more detailed. BMC is adaptable and iterative. You can change instantly, while a business plan can be more structured and formal. When to use each? When you are starting a new business or product, you want to innovate or disrupt your existing business model, you need to clarify your value proposition and customer segment. You want instant visual, concise, and collaborative tool, then you use business model canvas. But when you are seeking funding or investment, you need outline detailed financial projection and strategies. You are planning to launch a new product or service and you want a detailed planning of that. And you want to establish a clear goal, milestones, performance metrics, then you use business plan. So business model canvas is a one-page document and business plan is a big, like if many pages document. It is not as precise or crisp like business model canvas. The key benefits of business model canvas is you visualize and design your business model, encourage creative thinking and experimentation, helps in collaboration and communication among the team members, instantly. Our business plan is detailed roadmap for business execution, helps you anticipate challenges and opportunities, and establish clear goals and milestones and performance metrics. So when you are using BMC or business plan in your business, you have to first be clear about your objective or your goals, or what you are trying to make. Be sure of what you are trying to do. You want instant chalk out of your planning or staffs or core element, or you want a detailed planning for fundraising or for stakeholders. That you have to decide. If you want an instant planning and you want to share with your team members, then the BMC is the best thing. Okay. So is business model canvas only for new ventures? No, it is for not for startups. It is a versatile tool, and can be used by startups as well as established business who are looking to innovate, refine their business model, and stay competitive. Because it is a strategic management and entrepreneurial tool that allows business to describe, design, to find out challenges, and to it's a visual framework that helps the business to understand their core elements. So this is useful for startups as well as for the existing well-established business who are planning to launch a new product. By using the BMC, business can gain a competitive edge. BMC properly can gain a competitive edge, drive innovation, and achieve sustainable growth. The benefit of BMC is it breaks down the complex business model into 9 building blocks, making them easier to understand and communicate. By identifying potential weaknesses or areas for improvement, the canvas provides actionable insights for refining business strategies. It gives a comprehensive approach to business development by considering factors of BMC. It can be used to design new business models, explore existing ones, and adapt to changing market conditions. And its visual nature makes it easy to share and discuss business ideas with teams, investors, and other stakeholders. So these are the benefits of BMC: comprehensive view of business, visual representation, innovation and creativity. It's flexible. The canvas promotes strategic thinking and planning, helping business identify opportunities and challenges and potential risks. So it provides a clear and concise framework for communicating and pitching business ideas to investors, partners, and customers. It helps business make informed decisions by providing a comprehensive view of their business model. BMC allows business to iterate and experiment with different business models. I'm not going into detail of this because it is almost a repetition. We have already discussed this. The canvas supports entrepreneurial thinking and mindset, encouraging business to be proactive, adaptable, and customer-centric. Then helps business identify potential risks. Various ways to apply the business model canvas. Like one of the primary ways organizations use BMC is in their regular strategic planning and development cycles. It is used to create a blueprint of their strategy. To understand the customers, companies use the canvas to sketch out the business models of their customers. By better understanding their customers' business model, they can develop better value proposition, better explain their solutions in the context of their customers' business. A lot of organizations use the BMC as a template to develop and compare new ideas and all types of innovations, ranging from process innovation and product innovation. It is used to understand competition. By sketching out the business model of each one of your competitors, you gain a better understanding of their strengths, their weaknesses, their constraints, and you can understand what they can do or cannot do. This increased understanding of your competitive landscape will allow you to act accordingly and design a better business model. BMC helps you to understand and highlight with which business model you are making cash today and with which business models you are going to make cash in the future. It helps you to make a plan also. It often used as a dashboard, like we use dashboard in the car. It is often used as a dashboard. They define a set of indicators for each building blocks of their business, like indicators or to do, that we have to achieve this, that they want to follow. Then they define a performance threshold for each indicator. Like first they write the indicators for each block, and then they uh, define the performance threshold or what to do to achieve that indicator. It's on green if they are happy, like they have achieved whatever they have planned, they have done it. So if they are happy, it's green. Then it turns orange if there are something to look at, not satisfactory, and turns red if there is a problem. BMC is often used in the context of mergers and acquisition. The idea here is that you would sketch out the business models of two organizations and you'll figure out if there is a good fit. If you want to merge your business, like if you have an established business, now you want to merge your business with another business. Now whether your business will fit with that business, it will merge smoothly. For that you'll have to make the BMC of the two organization, and then we'll be able to understand whether they will merge smoothly or not. The canvas is helpful when applied across the functions, various departments of the organizations. People from marketing, technology, engineering, operations, finance, there are so many segments, so many departments in the organizations. They can all work together around a BMC and have a shared language, shared opinion to discuss their opinions, shared language. The canvas makes conversation more strategic and provides an outcome that can actually be implemented. Like if departments are working on BMC separately, then actual conclusion will never come. So BMC helped all the departments to work together on a particular paper, and everyone will give their opinion, and finally a conclusion will come which actually can be implemented. And some organizations are using the BMC to make better investment decisions. Once you have sketched out the business model and you understand the underlying business opportunities, you have a better understanding of where you should allocate resources. And this is true both for improving existing business models and for the startups. Now we will discuss about some limitations of BMC. BMC is a valuable tool for designing and innovating business models, but it has some limitations. By understanding these limitations, you can use the business model canvas more effectively and complement it with other tools and framework as needed. The BMC might oversimplify complex business realities, failing to capture nuances or little things or complicated parts. Oversimplification is a drawback of BMC. Then lack of dynamics. The canvas provides a static snapshot of a business model, but business models are often dynamic and evolving. It is not that simple. If it is a big business house, it is not that simple. It has many dynamics, many layers. BMC cannot identify or cannot pinpoint those layers. Though BMC includes a revenue streams and cost structure section, it might not provide enough detail for comprehensive financial planning. The BMC does not implicitly address risk management, which is crucial for business model sustainability. There is no section which will identify the risk management, but a business need to understand the risks what are the risks are there in the market, because they need to understand the risks to sustain in the market for long. And the BMC might be more suitable for small to medium-sized business or startups, and might not be as effective for larger, more complex organizations. The canvas focuses on internal business model elements, but external factors like market trends, competition, regulatory environments can significantly impact a business. BMC might need not be used in conjunction with other tools and frameworks to provide a comprehensive view of a business. Uh, if uh, if it is used in conjunction with the other tools, it might not integrate seamlessly or effortlessly with existing management tools or management systems. The effectiveness of the BMC depends on the user's expertise, the person who is using it. It depends. Success of BMC is dependent on his capability and experience in business model design and innovation. BMC does not provide a clear way to prioritize different elements of the business model, which can make it difficult to focus on the most important aspects, though we can consider value proposition as the most important. BMC might not fully capture the power dynamics. Uh, BMC has been widely adopted. There might be limited empirical research validating its effectiveness in different contexts. Mm. These are the so many limitations are there. Like it might not, for when which it includes customer segments, it might not fully capture the needs and expectations of other stakeholders such as employees, suppliers, or partners. BMC requires users to interpret and apply the framework in a way that makes sense for their business, which can lead to inconsistencies. BMC can be used iteratively. It might not provide enough support for experimentation and testing of business model. So despite its limitations, so now we have uh, discussed about the limitations of BMC. Despite its limitations, the BMC remains popular due to its simplicity and ease of use. It is valuable tool for brainstorming, communication, and strategic planning, even though it may not provide the depth of details or comprehensive analysis of more complex frameworks. Its visual format simplifies complex ideas, making it easier to communicate and understand key components of the business. There are some companies which have used the real life example of startups that have successfully used the BMC to drive their business forward, like Airbnb. Airbnb's BMC highlights its value proposition of offering personalized, affordable accommodation options worldwide. By focusing on this unique selling point, Airbnb disrupted the traditional hospitality industry and created a new paradigm for travelers and hosts alike. Key components are customer segments that like the travelers seeking unique, cost-effective accommodations and property owners looking to earn extra income. Channel seamless integration across web and mobile application for global accessibility. And parts for revenue streams, percentage-based booking fees. There's Uber. Uber's BMC showcases its value proposition of convenient, reliable, affordable rides at the tap of a button. This simplicity and efficiency address major gaps in traditional taxi services. And the key aspects of their business model include customer segments, individuals needing quick transportation, and car owners seeking flexible earning opportunities. User-friendly app for booking, payment, and customer service, and percentage-based earning from each ride for the drivers or the car owners. Then Spotify. Spotify's BMC demonstrates its value proposition of unlimited music streaming with free and premium options. This flexible caters to diverse consumer preferences. Customer segments are music lovers, artists seeking exposure, and advertisers targeting digital audiences. Channels are app, websites, and strategic partnerships. And revenue streams, dual revenue model from subscription and advertising. Then Tesla's BMC highlights its value proposition of high performance electric vehicle and renewable energy products. This innovation redefined consumer expectations around electric vehicles. And their customer segments, they include environmentally conscious consumers, luxury vehicle enthusiasts, and tech-savvy individuals. Direct sales through Tesla stores and online bypassing traditional dealership models. They have used that for their channels. And for revenue streams, sales of electric vehicles, solar panels, and energy storage solutions they have used for generating revenues. Next comes Zoom. Zoom's BMC showcases its value propositions of high quality, easy to use video conferencing solutions. This addressed the need for reliable remote communication. And for their BMC, the customer segments were business, educational institutions, and general consumers. For channels, they use direct sales through the Zoom platform. And revenue streams, freemium model with premium subscription for advanced features. So these examples demonstrates how the BMC can help startups innovate, adapt, and thrive in competitive markets by identifying unique value proposition, by understanding customer segments and needs, by developing effective channels and revenue streams, by building strong customer relationships, and by leveraging key resources and partnership. So there are some questions after having the discussion on BMC. There are some questions that might come in your mind. That how do I prioritize multiple customer segments with different needs? The answer would be prioritize customer segments based on their potential value, growth, and alignment with your business goals. Consider creating separate value propositions for each segment. Second question is, can a business have multiple value proposition? Yes, of course, a business can have multiple value proposition, each tailored, and not only can have, they should have multiple value propositions, each tailored to a specific customer segment or need. However, ensure that these value propositions are distinct and not cannibalizing each other, not destroying each other's credibility. Third question is, how do I determine the optimal revenue stream mix? Determine the optimal revenue stream mix by analyzing customer willingness to pay, market trends, and your business's cost structure. You can experiment with different pricing models and revenue streams to find the best fit. What is the difference between key resource and key activities? Key resources are the essential assets, skills, and capabilities required to operate a business, while key activities are the main operations, the process, and the tasks that drive the business, like the manufacturing process. Key resources enable key activities. Key activities are done with the help of key resources. Okay, the next question is, can partnership be both key partnership and suppliers? Yes, partnership can serve multiple roles. A key partnership might also be a supplier, but it's essential to distinguish between the two roles to ensure strategic alignment and effective management. Next question is, how do I balance structure with value proposition? Balance cost structure with value proposition by ensuring that costs are aligned with the value delivered to the customers. Focus on cost optimization and efficiency to maintain profitability while delivering the value. Because unless you have profits, you cannot sustain in the market. To sustain for long run, you need profits. That is the purpose of your business. Main purpose, not the only purpose, main purpose. There are other purposes also, social purpose, social responsibility. These are the separate things. But here we will discuss about the profitability, the profits. Okay, how often should I revisit my business model canvas? Revisit your business model canvas regularly, such as quarterly or annually. Annually, I think it should be quarterly or monthly, if possible, monthly, to ensure it remains relevant and effective. Update it in response to significant changes in the market, customer needs, or business operations. It is not that, okay, after 1 month, I will check my BMC. No. If you get the information that there is a big significant changes in the market, or there is a new company, they are launching the same product as yours, or there are some other business operations, there are another group of customers, they have their separate needs. Whatever different is happening in the market, you'll have to revisit your BMC and you'll have to make necessary changes or modifications. Can business model canvas be used for non-profit organizations? Yes. Business model canvas can be adapted for non-profit organizations also, to help them clarify their mission. Non-profit business or non-profit organizations also have their mission, vision. They have their goals and objectives. So to help them to achieve their goals, their objectives, they need their BMC. BMC helps them identify their revenue streams and optimize their operations. How do I measure the effectiveness of my BMC? Measure the effectiveness of your BMC by tracking key performance indicators such as revenue growth, customer acquisition and retention. Regularly review and refine your canvas to ensure it remains aligned with your business goals. The next question is, can a single customer segment have multiple value propositions? Yes, of course. A single customer segment can have multiple value propositions if they have different needs or pain points that can be addressed through different offerings. These are some references work that I have done to make this presentation. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you, madam. Hello.
Hello.
Madam, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you for the nice presentation. You have discussed in a vast way. So, dear participant, if you have any question, you can directly ask to our respected madam, Susmita madam. So, if you have any query, you can ask. Dear participant, if you have any query, you can directly ask to our madam. Actually, madam has explained a lot, and he has done using question answer session like this. So we are really, madam, very thankful, and we have learned a lot. So thank you very much for your first and ninth presentation.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Every time you helped us a lot. Okay.
Thank you.
So we are very
thank
much.
you for this appreciation.
Thank you, madam. So we are ending today's session here. So thank you, madam. We will again meet in the next session. We have already planned another one. We will declare the date later on.
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day, madam.